Welcome, audience, to Eddie Murphy's, in my opinion, worst film.
Ugh.
Uh,
Norbit,
a- no, even worse. A
meet Dave.
thousand words.
At least Norbert kind of played to his strengths with the multiple roles thing. This is just, ugh.
Yeah, okay, if there's one thing we can always agree about Eddie Murphy is that no matter how bad a film is, he manages to salvage at least his parts of that said movie with one thing
Even
alone.
Pluto Nash.
Yes, even Pluto Nash, because Eddie Murphy is a wonderful ad-libber. He can. It's like almost everything he says is magically able to be funny in most cases. But what would happen if we made a bad film that takes away Eddie Murphy's talent for ad-libbing and, spouting jokes that actually can manage to make you laugh?
Not to mention, hey guys, let's get Brian Robbins, the director who made Norbit and Meet Dave, and also Steve Coren, to write the script. He wrote that wonderful comedy Jack and Jill.
Oh, joy.
What could go
Wow.
wrong?
What could possibly
A lot.
go wrong?
Very, very a lot. And honestly, whoever got Eddie Murphy signed on to this, yeah, what the heck were you thinking?
And also,
But
before we start, the reception to this film was so bad that there was supposed to be a UK theatrical release, but the reception was so bad they just put it on direct to DVD.
Wow.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
UK at least, Eddie Murphy has officially fallen into the same category as Steven Seagal and Wesley Snipes.
That's bad.
Well, I wouldn't say his career is that bad since he has managed to salvage it with his appearance in that 2015 film, whose name escapes me, not to mention the fact that there's news of him actually working on Beverly Hills Cop 4, which, as he said himself, is meant to fix the problems that Free made. So, yeah, we'll talk about a bit more about this film's release date after starting the film commentary, but for now, audience, basically, we're going to start right before the DreamWorks logo. And when we say click, you press play. You should have a black screen right before it, and you should pretty much be in time with us. Without further ado, 3, 2, 1, click. Oh, DreamWorks. Maybe this was a sign of your later run of bad luck.
Oh yeah, you know who composed the music for the DreamWorks logo?
No.
Yeah.
It was John Williams.
about- Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Well, DreamWorks does belong to Spielberg, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, along with two others, but whatever.
So, wait,
And
let's
now
hear
we're
this
at
opening
TT.
monologue first.
Okay. Oh, boy.
What other the voices are there? You'll have a bad career. That sucks too. Rob, who can be on this movie? Yeah, I know, original joke, but whatever.
So, yeah, Dwebs, want to give the audience a bit of a history lesson about the release date of this film?
Okay, the movie was filmed in the year 2008, and it was supposed to come out in 2009. But because of the split between Paramount and DreamWorks, and that the film didn't do very well in test screenings, the film basically sat on the shelf until 2011 when they did some reshoots. It was supposed to come out in February or January of 2012, but because Eddie Murphy was chosen to host the Oscars that year, they decided to put it in like April. But because the producer of the Oscars that year, Brett Ratner, quit because he did some pretty stupid things, Eddie Murphy also quit. So the film just got put back to March or April, whatever it was.
So, yeah, akin to Food Fight, we have a 2008 dated film put in the year of 2012.
Hooray.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Food Fight actually managed to get a limited theatrical release over here. Could you imagine?
Wow, a theatrical...
Yeah.
I wonder what anyone who paid to see that film thought.
They probably had nightmares for the rest of that week.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Ah.
Well, that's pleasant.
Let me. So yeah, again, it's been a while since I saw the Smegheads review, but this is going to be one of those movies where the writing is so bad, lazy, that they actually have to make everybody else an asshole so that we'll like the main character better.
Okay, I haven't seen Jack.
Let's...
Okay, Joe, but I haven't seen Jack and Jill. But was Steve Corins writing anything like that in Jack and Jill?
Oh no! See, Joe.
I don't think...
Dwebs. In Adam Sandler movies, it's always the same thing. Every character is an asshole.
Hi, Starbucks.
Yeah.
How should I put this? It's not necessarily every character that's an a-hole, but a select few and a certain aspect. Okay, let me get this out of the way. This film screams Liar Liar in a lot of ways, except it's Liar Liar done horribly, horribly wrong. Our main character is a lawyer. He has family issues, and of course a curse will be placed upon him to see that he fixes them.
Hell, that's interesting. It's interesting you mentioned that because again, like as the thing about Liar Liar. I mean, shutting up Jim Carrey is not a problem at all because Jim Carrey is the god of physical comedy. He doesn't need his mouth to make us laugh. So,
so when you think of hi Nicolas Cage. So yeah, so when you think about it, this would maybe work better as a Jim Carrey film.
Jova, have you seen this film in full?
Kinda. It's a while back, and I sort of saw parts of it while I was playing.
Oh boy.
That's it. I pretty much have the idea of it. By the way, this guy has a therapist for only one reason. It's basically to add to the joke that's later going to come. But we'll get to that later. Now, I want you to pay attention to the scenes where he's able to talk without the curse. And I'll come back to that later.
What the fuck?
Obviously.
Yeah, enjoy the first third or so of this movie because Eddie Murphy actually can do his ad-libbing there.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, that is in fact Clark Duke playing Eddie Murphy's assistant Aaron, who you may recall from the superhero movie Kick-Ass.
And also, Cliff Curtis is in this movie. You don't know who Cliff Curtis is? He played. he played an important big FBI guy.
There he is.
Yeah, he played an important FBI guy in Die Hard 4.0 or Live Free or Die Hard if you're American, and he played oh shit.
Oh, come on, Dwibs. Let's put out the elephant in the room. Cliff Curtis was also, in fact, the Fire Lord from the last Airbender film.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Imagine if this had come out in 2008, and then 2 years later would have come Last Airbender.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, guess Cliff Curtis...
I mean, hell, Live Free or Die Hard came out in 2007.
So I guess the placement of this movie's release sort of saved
Montana
Cliff Curtis.
reference. Topical.
This will not make the movie dated at all.
Well, Pedro, it would have been topical in 2009, but
yeah.
Or
It's just like a
2008.
disaster movie.
Yeah. Honestly, you'd think that in the reshoots that they made in 2011, they would have fought to at least change the references that are incredibly dated.
I mean, hell, you had the 2011 reshoots.
Gee, movie. You just said it yourself, movie. As long as he can talk, he can do anything.
Buddhism, I guess. Jesus.
What the hell?
That's not funny. You know, some people out there these days will find this very offensive. Very, very offensive.
That shouldn't be a challenge.
Sure.
This reminds me of that part in GTA 5 with the meditation there.
Of a non-Scientology group.
No. In GTA 5, there was this part where one of the main characters first learns how to do yoga.
Oh, okay. And let me guess, he also says when he finds that bullshit. The fuck?
What the hell are you doing?
Comedy!
I think he just realized what the premise of this movie is going to be, and he realized that it's too late to back out.
Yeah.
Okay. Enlightenment. So exactly why Eddie Murphy is here doing all this stupid shit in this place? Like, he needs to make a contract with this yoga guy.
Basically, he is a literary agent who basically, well, his job is to get various book deals for publishing companies. So basically, the chart says that this new age self-help guru named Dr. Sinja holds the best deal for a book that they could publish. So he's basically trying to get him to sign a deal for him on that.
This is so painful to watch.
Theo, consider yourself lucky in this phase of the movie. At least we have Eddie Murphy's ad-libbing. The movie really starts
doing stupid shit. I'm not that intrigued.
Well, that's more the script than Murphy.
Yeah.
Again, the same guy who co-wrote Jack and Jill.
I just don't understand how the hell does someone like that even get work. Well, then again, Skip Woods and Aaron Kruger exist, I guess.
And also remember, this film was originally written and all that way before Jack and Jill, so... Gee, I wonder if there's going to be a tree later on in the film.
I was more thinking they were going to make a flipping the bird joke.
I wonder if they do in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Liar.
Liar.
Please don't tell me this is the guy that curses him.
No, actually, it's even more dumb than that.
Tree with blood? What is this? Dante's Inferno?
He caught himself on the tree.
Yep.
Oh, joy.
John Debney, I know you're trying with your score, but it's not working.
So, how good is John Debney at the whole film score thing? I'm not that familiar with him.
He's okay.
Ah.
Meh.
I know, yeah, audience.
Is that Eddie Murphy talking to the producers of this movie? Never Doubt Me.
Yeah.
I can imagine him talking to Nicolas Cage about that.
Eddie Murphy and Nicolas Cage in the same room. Why has that not been on film before? I mean, seriously, if we could get William Shatner and Leonardo DiCaprio together.
But wait, that happened?
Yep.
Yep.
Huh.
In Yokai Watch, of all things.
Oh, okay. Okay, audience. This.
Wait, Job. I think you're mistaking. Not William Shatner. Aren't you thinking of Will Smith and DiCaprio?
Oh yeah, Will Smith. Yeah, Will Smith. Yeah, sorry, it was Will Smith and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, audience. This film is among the glorious ranks of Ballistic X vs. Sever as one of those rare Rotten Tomatoes rated films to receive a 0% rating.
How many reviews does it have?
54.
Yeah, because.
And it has a 0%.
Then again, considering the limited release, that's not surprising.
Well, then again, Ballistic got like over 100 reviews, and that had a 0%. So.
True, but that's Ballistic. I mean, like literally, in order for anyone to say anything good about that, it's literally impossible to say anything good about that movie because there's literally nothing to talk about with that movie.
Okay, basically here's a subplot. Basically, he sort of hates his father. Basically his father abandoned him as a kid. And his mother, who's a bit senile, occasionally mistakes him for his father.
Am I supposed to care?
I don't know.
Yeah, because later the film's going to try and bring up a stupid subplot which falls flat on its face, but I'll dig into that when it gets back.
Oh, apparently, John Debney was part of the film scoring team for the first Spy Kids movie.
Huh, how about that?
And he's also a frequent collaborator with Tom Shadyac, who directed Liar Liar and all that.
Are you sure it's not haunted? I mean, last time Eddie Murphy checked on a new house, it didn't went well.
I may be one of the few people who actually likes that movie. Well,
why is it that in Eddie Murphy movies they always, unless it's something like Norbit, they always get a really bland actress to play his wives?
Kerry Washington,
Jada Pinkett Smith. Who was the actress in Nutty Professor 2?
Hang on. Janet Jackson.
Oh, that's right, Janet Jackson. Yes. I'll just quote Matt TV on that. The only Jackson who can't do anything. Oh yeah, sorry, that's Latoya. That's Latoya. Never mind.
The Naughty Professor, aka the only non non-Jim Carrey, Tom Shadjack movie that's good? What?
What the fuck?
Yep, that's right. The tree just grows in his backyard.
Is this a Jack and the Beanstalk thing?
Yo, believe it or not, Tio, the tree has a mind of its own.
It's supposed to be charming.
Well,
I don't know.
John Debney's trying to make us believe it's charming.
Well, in that case, he probably missed what the writers were going for, considering what this tree does.
I like John Debney, but honestly, the score is he's trying to go for a whimsical score, but it doesn't fit this kind of movie. I mean, yeah, the movie does have fantasy elements to it, but I don't know, like, and I mean, in Lady in the Water it fit because Lady in the Water was so outworldly and shit. But in here,
wait, that was John Debney?
No, it was James Newton Howard. But I'm talking about whimsical scores.
In terms of
in Lady in the Water, it worked because that movie was already so outlandish and fairy tale like anyway. But in here, most of the time, this movie's very grounded in reality. So outside of the tree thing, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. The whole whimsical tone of the score doesn't fit for me.
Yeah, I agree, especially considering how vicious this tree turns out to be later.
Wow.
This looks like that kind of stupid bad movie with a stupid concept that we would see in the 90s. Like seriously, this movie would feel right at home in the 90s. I mean, this kind of this kind of stupid plot.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel the 90s probably would have handled this better some way. Minute.
What?
What?
Is that question directed at him or
the audience?
Or the director?
Yeah.
Yep. Uh-oh. Turns out the book was only 5 pages long.
Gee, it's still bad. It's still more pages than a modern game instructional manual.
Shouldn't you have read the book before getting the deal?
Apparently, this is his first deal ever where not reading the book beforehand hasn't come to bite him in the butt.
So wait, he's getting cursed because of this failure?
No. Actually, he kind of got cursed a bit earlier. You notice the part where he accepted the tree, placed his hand on, and then the tree sort of glowed? Yeah, that's actually when the curse started.
Up his ass.
I can see it now. Cliff Curtis, The Journey of Finding Myself After Last Airbender.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Okay. You know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of the Morgan Freeman God character from Bruce Almighty.
Okay, do you notice the leaves falling every time Eddie Murphy speaks?
Yep.
Yeah. You go.
And no leaves fell when I said that one. And that was just
Stupid.
4 leaves for all those words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get it out of the way. This tree is a dick. I don't know how they did it, but they somehow managed to make a tree the absolute worst character in the film.
A tree. An
He
inanimate.
can't even. He can't. Blowing counts as a word.
An inanimate. Okay, fine. It's technically
Did
not
I-
an inanimate
did I-
object, but it might as well be.
Did I just see that? Blowing counts as a word. Steve, Brian, fuck you both.
And yeah,
So exactly why are leaves falling? Why when he says words?
Because magic.
because this tree has a mind of its own, and apparently the tree wants to teach Jack a lesson.
So then, why at the beginning of the movie he said that he will die and not the tree? That we guess we're connected or some shit.
Yep.
Oh, fuck you.
You see, at least in Liar Liar, it was literally a curse that came out of nowhere. Like, for all we know, it was just... Not to mention, in Liar Liar, Jim Carrey's character actually deserved what came to him. You know, because he was being really a dick. And he became a generally better person by the end. Whereas in here, I don't think he deserves this. I mean
Exactly. That's my point. I mean, if you paid attention to like the scenes where he was actually interacting with everyone, I mean, yeah, he might be a workaholic and he's a bit of a jerk to his assistant, but his relationship with his family seems fine. He actually did give a reason for why he wouldn't want to buy a new house and everything, and he actually stuck to it. I mean, he doesn't really seem like that bad a guy. I mean, it's not like he's... And, oh yeah, speaking of him being supposedly bad, this keeps him from talking. Yeah, how is this supposed to teach him to communicate with his family better?
What the fuck?
Yep, that's right. Basically, the tree's life force is now tied to Jack's. And whatever happens to... So whatever happens to the tree will affect Jack and vice versa. It should have stayed just a story.
Oh.
Funny.
There's the premise of the movie. Eddie Murphy is supposed to talk as little as possible.
How about asking 3 days of sickness from work?
Okay, guys. You will not believe. Okay, I don't know how to word this, but there are.
See, even the characters themselves point out how stupid the plot is.
Okay, I was
It's
just gonna
like
say, you know, I know you're thinking to yourselves, well, if he can't talk, then can you just write stuff down or something?
Well, turns out writing stuff also counts.
Yeah, it does.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It does. He can't write stuff. He can't type stuff. He can't do anything that involves typing or talking or writing.
Yeah. It's like I said. It's like, surprisingly, this is a rare movie where the only really jerk character is the tree. No, seriously.
I guess it's a payback to all the 90s environmental message movies.
So this is basically the Giving Tree's evil sister, because that tree loves nothing more than to screw with Jack's life.
Okay.
Okay, what the heck, movie? What the heck? You gave us the premise that he can't talk, all right? But what the heck does writing even have to do with talking?
Yeah. You
And this comes back to it.
You should have been more specific, movie.
And here comes back to another big problem. Yeah, okay. If this is trying to teach him to... Again, the lesson is supposedly supposed to be that he needs better communication with his family and friends. Well, how the heck is he supposed to communicate?
He can't even do sign language.
Yep, he can't even do that. How is he supposed to communicate to anybody, Tree?
Oh my god. Like, I need to BRB.
The stupid is strong. You know, honestly, maybe, just maybe, if this film had just stuck with him not being able to speak, it might not get stupid.
Yeah.
But no, they have to throw in even sign language and writing. What is Eddie Murphy supposed to work with?
Like we said earlier, if it were Jim Carrey, it wouldn't be bad, but... No, Eddie Murphy's not really the kind of guy you hire for this sort of thing.
Eddie Murphy is quite possibly... Okay, Eddie... Okay, shoot, Jim Carrey works best with physical humor. Eddie Murphy is the opposite. He works best with, verbal humor.
Yep.
And you take that away from him. Joy.
This is pretty much the opposite of Pontac and Graff, where you take guys who are good at visual humor and you put them doing verbal humor.
With Pontac and Graff.
Yeah. Like, have you seen Happy Tree Friends, Dibs?
No, I haven't.
Well, that was where they got their fame.
Oh yeah, how do you like that? He can't even help a blind person. Which I'm pretty sure he would have done if he could talk.
So yeah, the tree can almost get other people killed as well as Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just amazed. Somehow, this is a movie where the only jerk is the inanimate object, and yet that inanimate object is so evil, it brings down this movie so badly.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and here's that scene. Yeah, I rest my case. The only reason he has a therapist is just so they could put more scenes where he can't talk. I mean, he never seems mentally addled or anything. It's like if they brought in the therapist for the GTA 5 game for absolutely no reason, only to just give you funny reasons, even though the character would have been mentally sane.
Yeah.
No, Michael had legitimate issues at least.
Yeah.
Great story, right? Are you talking about... Oh, hold on. I get that. This is the writer
Okay.
talking about Eddie, about the script, and he's like, oh, come on, the story was good, right?
It's amazing how many scenes can actually be applied to real life, considering the development of this movie.
I brought the best friend I can have at the moment. Beer.
Okay, so yes, this is the conversation between Eddie and the writer after the movie bombed.
So how far into the stupidity are we? Like,
Well,
go ahead.
well,
John.
we're deep into it now. Basically, he's tried communicating just to get a coffee. Oh yeah, and he wasn't allowed to help a blind person cross the street because he couldn't talk.
oh
Joy.
my god. Oh, good lord. You know, movie, I know it's not a thing that just you do. A lot of movies do. But let me give you a comedy lesson 101. Embarrassing moments are not funny. Like, were just bad, embarrassing. They create tensions between the characters and sometimes even people who are watching the movie. So, please, don't do that. Please.
And if you're going to do embarrassing humor, you gotta have the right payoff for the joke.
Yeah, at least be funny instead of just be embarrassing. Like a good embarrassing moment is like in The Road to El Dorado when they ask the two guys to prove their godly powers, and then a volcano erupts out of nowhere.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Beer.
You know, kid, an Eddie Murphy that can't speak is still funnier than you, Clark Duke. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, Clark Duke. You were good in other movies, but what are you doing in this film?
You gotta pay them bills.
Yeah. I get that, but I mean, what is he doing? I mean, what sort of character is he even trying to do?
The stereotypical nerd.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't so 90s.
Excuse me, gotta turn off my annoying washing machine again.
Yeah.
That's my curse with film commentaries, washing machines.
It's not like you're losing something precious.
What, time?
No, I mean, of the movie bits in this case.
Yeah, okay.
What the fuck?
Oh, God.
Squirrels?
Okay,
CGI squirrels? Oh god.
And now let's go to physical humor. Because whatever happens to that tree happens to him.
This movie is hurting me so much.
CGI squirrels.
Like, why?
I agree. Why?
It's funny because he can't talk.
My God, this movie just screams Jim Carrey. If only we had Jim Carrey for this film. Although my guess is that he probably thought it was a sequel to Liar Liar because of how similar it is. So he probably, if they asked him, said, nah, I got a policy against that sort of stuff.
It's like when they presented to Jim Carrey the script of Son of a Mask and he was like, fuck that, I'm not gonna be in that.
Granted, to be fair, the reason he didn't do that was because ever since Ace Ventura 2, he apparently made this policy of not doing sequels. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Clark Duke trying to do an Eddie Murphy impression.
Like, I get it. This is the supposed story arc where the dweeb assistant throws a pair of balls and becomes great to work. But can you do that in a less painful way?
Yeah, I agree.
Still not
and
funny.
you're fired. You're fired. Come on, Eddie. That's worth at least a few words.
Yeah, just...
Oh, God, no, this scene.
Let me guess. He's gonna get all these clothes wet. Because of
Yes.
it. Oh, my fuck. I need more beer.
I wish I had beer.
Hey, get your own shtick. That's mine.
Alright, cider them.
Unless
that's
it's
too well,
happy.
Franciscaner.
Oh, wait, that's right.
Yeah, that sounds great, doesn't it?
This movie is gonna kill me. Like... What was the other movie where I got drunk? Can't remember.
One other movie I got drunk.
Yep.
No, I know Dweebs. I was thinking when I needed something to get better because I wasn't keeping going.
Was that a musical?
I don't think so.
Nah.
Whatever.
Was it a movie I wasn't... yeah. Never mind.
It'll come in my mind later. Anyway, whatever.
Was it a movie I wasn't involved with?
I think we were all four of us. Maybe there was a drinking game or something.
Wow, he just admitted that the only reason he stayed in college was because his grandma slept with the. Oh.
What the fuck?
This scene.
Let me guess. He cannot. Oh my god! Wait,
What?
is that the guy from The Cat in the Hat?
Who the guy who said, "You're fired"?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but what is this Daddy Daycare Light?
Uh. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Are you talking about Sean Hayes, Tio?
What?
The guy who played that kindergarten guy.
Yeah.
I don't see 1,000 words on here.
He looks similar.
No, he's not in 1,000 words. The same year that came out, he was in an episode of Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
Have you seen that show?
No.
I have. It's okay.
Uh, okay.
Oh, more beer.
Hey, Eddie, look, I know you're quite possibly the smartest character in this movie, but a bit of advice, why don't you just show her what the tree does?
He does it later
Oh.
on in the film, so...
Oh yeah, that's right, he does.
Is this one of those movies where the other characters will learn what the fuck is going on only like in the last 10 minutes? Like in The Ghost of a Blackbeard, the Pirate Blackbeard or something.
I can't quite remember. I don't even remember if his wife does ever figure it out.
No,
I know that at least one character figures it out.
yeah, Jova, she
Or
doesn't.
least
She
she's-
leaves him.
Huh?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good lord.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Jova, remind me again why
Actually,
you
have
did you
not
chose this
heard that
movie?
expression,
Like-
I recall.
I really want to hear a good reason. Before I get drunk, at least.
What?
Say what?
Because I want to rip this movie a new one. Well, gee, thanks a lot, Miss Tree. You've done Jack a great service in teaching him a lesson.
So exactly another thing. We know that the tree gets physical damage in correlation to the physical damage that Eddie Murphy gets, but where it was established when it loses all its leaves, Eddie Murphy dies.
It was during that scene with Cliff Curtis.
They said
Basically,
it
Cliff-
earlier.
Yeah. Basically, Cliff
Yeah,
Curtis.
but it's a thing that it's not yet demonstrated. For all he knows, it could be just a ruse, and he will just lose his hair or something.
Well, basically, the thing is like, well, there's actually a documented example of this happening, and they said that the guy died. You remember his name was
bad.
Stan Joe. Basically, the tree's life force and Jack's are one and the same now.
Okay.
You forgot.
Really?
Bye.
Pretty sure that was more leaves than words he actually said.
Dickhead is one word. How many leaves fell?
2.
5.
Steve Corrin can't even count. He can't even count the number of words he wrote in the script.
Apparently.
I get the feeling that was Eddie Murphy ad-libbing there, screaming at the
And
direction.
so it's Brian Robbins who can't count.
Well, either way, whether it's the writer or director, Eddie Murphy's yelling at someone. That's my headcanon. Oh, this scene.
Yes, Margaret Thatcher. Also, didn't we establish that doing gestures was making leaves when that
Yes.
more
Yes.
beer.
Yes, the difference is that the gestures apparently only count as 1. Now watch how he pulls off this deal.
Wait, he actually manages to do that?
Yes.
Why am I asking?
Hey, look, an Austin Powers doll.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He's using the he's using talking dolls to trick the people into closing the deal.
Yeah.
And they fall for this.
Not just dolls, but also an electronic basketball hoop.
Okay, if this is how Steve Corrin's writing for this film is, I hate to see Jack and Jill.
Oh. My head hurts.
My head is hurting.
Oh.
What he's doing?
He's going to collect all the action figures and everything from across the office and things that make sounds. Whoa. Okay, so somehow this guy is information and blackmail on almost everyone in the office. How keen.
What the fuck?
So no one in that room has ever seen Terminator 2.
Apparently not.
Sure, why not?
Okay, that was funny.
This entire comedy routine just feels
hi,
like
E.T.
This just feels so like a 90s comedy routine. In case you guys don't know, there's this movie called Blank Check, and they also did a joke that was just like this.
I know about that movie.
Also SpongeBob.
And that worked. He got the deal. Okay, I'll admit that scene is kind of funny,
I hate my life.
except for the one problem. How the heck does no one recognize all those voices? At least have them raise an eyebrow at it.
Seriously, you got the exact audio from the likes of Scarface and shit.
Yeah.
That's another thing I wonder. Why aren't we watching Scarface instead?
Which one?
Either of them.
Because of a choice, gods.
Yeah.
Well, Jova, technically it was you decided that was your pick. Again, I'm still waiting for that response of you.
Oh yeah,
Like
Tio,
I said to you, I want to rip this movie a new one. That's why.
And we have to suffer because of this. Thank you.
Tio, didn't you say you wanted it on Scarface?
Dweebs, right now I'm not in the pinpoint of my
Oh.
physical condition, okay? Cannot give you a straight answer. I tried to find
So, Ready for more examples of how that tree ruins Jack's life and enjoys it? Well, ready or not, here it
Are we in
comes.
the Overlook Hotel now?
If only this could channel into The Shining.
Here's Eddie.
I wish we were watching The Shining.
What the fuck?
He got the wrong room because he couldn't ask the woman exactly his room number. Oh boy.
Yeah, after this, we should watch the Smegheads review of this film.
After this point, we
I've
could
seen
just call
it.
it a day. Besides, I've
We
seen
can
it.
watch it in our own time.
Also, porn music.
Don't worry, Tio. Don't worry, Tio. The movie's actually going to pull a cock block.
Excuse me, I need to take back my job. PG-13.
Don't worry, Tio. Like I said, the movie's going to somehow pull a really big tease.
I know, but what was the rating of this movie anyway?
PG-13.
Yeah. Even if it's straight for comedy and goes nowhere.
Here it comes.
Let me guess, you cannot even let screams of joy.
Just listen. That's right. Basically, she'll only do it for him if he can talk.
Wait, Eddie Murphy is a tattoo?
Wow, that tree. I said it before and I'll say it again. That tree is a dick.
I need to BRB again. And no, it's not because of that.
Oh god. These jokes are so predictable.
Ugh. Okay.
Welcome back, Tail.
Okay, so all of a sudden he's apparently having marriage issues, even though, as was seen before, his relationship with his family was overall fine. I mean, yeah, he was a workaholic, but it wasn't like he was outright ignoring them. Heck, he even spent time with his son occasionally.
Yep.
Why all of a sudden make it their relationship is on the ropes?
This comes the fuck out of nowhere.
And now he's trying to tell her.
Get out.
I want to be alone too without this movie. Also, he's close. Why am I asking?
She threw him out of the room without letting him get all the handcuffs off and also without getting his clothes.
Joy.
So yeah, let's have some visual humor now. Yeah, right after that serious, heartfelt scene between him and his wife apparently about to break up.
Funny.
Don't kill me? What? What the hell even says that?
Oh god.
What are we doing now?
They're going to put some sort of
Poison.
poison.
Oh, it's this infestation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's... Oh, Jesus. You know what? We say that comedy is the result of someone suffering. Well, I'm suffering and I'm not having fun.
They're doing it all wrong. Jack
I'll take Jim.
So apparently,
Comedy comes from suffering. I'll take Jim and Ken from Yokai Watch. Thank you very much.
So spraying the tree with pesticide makes Eddie Murphy high.
Yep.
In fact, Jim and Ken is probably one of the best recent examples of that whole comedy comes from suffering thing, in my opinion.
Who?
One of the main problems with
basically it's one of the main subplots of the Yokai Watch anime involves around a certain yokai who's always getting incredibly bad luck, but it's done much better in this stupid movie.
See, part of the reason is that Jim and Ken actually deserved a lot of the stuff that happened to him. As we've established, Jack McCall doesn't even deserve this. I can't really laugh at a guy whose suffering is absolutely not deserved.
It just...
It's like asking me to laugh at a guy getting tortured. Hate to say it, movie, but I'm not.
Then you'd hate a part in GTA 5 then, Joba.
Well, it depends on how they play that.
Dave, you're seriously asking someone having fun, treating GTA 5 like it's a funny comedy.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
GTA is more black comedy.
Yeah, not really. Saints Row, it's more like a black comedy.
Yeah. Something tells me that torture scene in GTA 5 wasn't supposed to be played for laughs.
No, not GTA. GTA in general is not made to play for laughs. It's kind of like Mafia.
Wait, you're talking about GTA? I mean, unless you're talking about GTA 4, not really. The GTA games are very Tarantino-esque.
Well, starting with GTA 4, okay.
Well, GTA 4, yes, GTA 4 was crap, but all other GTA games are very tongue-in-cheek.
I'm not talking about quality. I'm talking about taking itself seriously. Again, it's
okay.
Like I said, in comparison.
So yeah, Jack is now
fired.
No, but that's what I'm talking about too. But fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. Eddie is a pretty decent physical comedian, but he's definitely no Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim Carrey would have rocked in this role, but no.
He would have. It's like I say, my theory is that if they ever asked Jim Carrey to star in this movie, he probably thought it was just a cheap sequel to Liar Liar because of how similar the plots are. And thus the answer was no.
Not fun, yeah. It's not fun at all, douchey. You're illegal. Huh? This movie should be illegal.
Wow, he actually got that. And he thinks he's high.
Okay. Why didn't you do this earlier with your wife?
Yeah, that's my question exactly.
Yep.
Oh, so pancake doesn't count as 2 words?
Apparently not.
No, he said 6 words, you idiot. It's not a coincidence, you idiot. That's 6 words, not 5. Wow. Again, I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what we
Wait,
said
doesn't
earlier about,
count as a word?
you know what we said earlier about the director not being able to count?
Yep.
Well, neither can the writer.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
So basically, Eddie Murphy decides he thinks in order to get rid of the curse, he should be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that that's not what the tree wants him to do, believe it or not. No, but what the tree wants him to do is something that only a foul C would be able to think up.
Oh, destroy the world.
Well, not quite, but let's just say it's as obscure as what a foul C task is. I mean, focus.
Well, I mean, no, might as well say task. Yeah, I mean, you just focus means task anyway, so whatever.
Yeah. One thing that actually is good about this film is that his assistant actually does come to terms to believe him and is actually helping him out. It's a shame it only took this long.
Oh, yes. Always classic.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
So that didn't work out.
Yep.
Hey, Tree, if what you want him to do supposedly tells a lesson, maybe you could actually know, but Tree apparently can't move on its own. Even though it can drop leaves whenever it wants to, grow right out of the ground, have a mind of its own, and also affect him physically, somehow, some way that Tree can't.
Are these actual
to
photos
him
of Eddie
reaction.
Murphy as a young person?
Apparently,
I don't know.
You don't know yet? I cannot even do that.
Yeah, in fact, this tree may be the one thing that actually gives more ambiguous focuses than the fallacy. I mean, at least with the fallacy, they at least give you a
No,
picture or
please
something.
don't tell me.
He's trying to meditate so that.
Yeah, no, please don't tell me. But what the tree wants is him to learn yoga and shit.
Thankfully, no.
Here it comes.
Oh, I get it. Coming turn with his daddy issues.
Nope, that's not
Not
it either.
Oh my god. Oh, well,
It's something related to his dad, but
I need
I'll
one
just let you see what happens.
Ugh.
Yep, he's basically looking at his younger self right now.
yeah, we know.
What?
Yep.
Wait,
Basically, the tree is teaching him to not be like his father, who
But he
apparently
isn't. But he
But
is.
he's not.
exactly.
His dad walked out on him. He hasn't. You know, Eddie
Not to
Murphy
mention the fact that his dad never
What the hell?
listened. Not just that, but his dad also apparently never listened. But Jack does listen to everyone around him. And yet, so yeah, the main lesson is for him to not be like his father and for him to listen to people.
I don't.
Cliff Curtis, stop trying to be witty. The situation does not call for it.
Nope.
Yep.
Mm.
It's not funny.
No. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck you.
I just think
So, in addition to being
for me
yeah.
with this movie, it's not even annoying that much to me. No, don't get me wrong. I can understand why someone would be annoyed by this movie or even hate it. But to me, most of my problem is that this movie is trying so hard to make me care, and yet it's so shallow and stupidly put together that for the most part I'm just sitting here going, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, and it's just one of those boring movies, just mostly because I just don't care.
I mean, hell.
Honestly, the only reason I care is because I feel sorry for Eddie Murphy's character. Yeah, it's making me feel sorry for the character who I shouldn't be feeling sorry for. The character is supposedly a jerk, but wasn't. Oh god, here comes another BS message. Yeah, apparently it's not because he didn't speak to them, but because he apparently didn't mean it.
Of
Wait,
course. Whatever.
So the message is that he should use as much words as possible to make everyone know that he means it.
Okay.
Wow. Fake. Really stellar lesson you're teaching there. But believe it or not, there actually is more to this lesson. I know how you feel, Eddie. This movie made... If I were in your place,
No,
I might have
I
been
know how
forced
he
to drink.
feels. Let me get this straight. If he gets drunk, what happens to the tree?
I wonder if we see what happens later to that tree or something.
What are you playing, Pedro?
No, I'm just messing up with. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, done. I was just checking if there's a. Have you tried going into the PSN on the PS3 lately, Teo?
Yeah, it works fine for me.
For me, it says it's on maintenance for some reason. It's been doing that for like quite a while now, like for a few days. So. Okay.
And now the movie's going to take on a completely different tone.
He's gonna torture the tree.
No, he's going to commit suicide by singing.
Oh,
Yeah.
because that's what I totally need in a musical number. That just.
And believe it or not, Tio, this is actually going to be played straight and serious.
I'll take that as a cue to more beer.
Yeah, for some reason the movie all of a sudden goes into this super serious tone.
Eddie Murphy's trying to relive his 80s singing career.
No, Eddie, don't go the way of your character in Dreamgirls.
How was Dreamgirls?
Oh, Dreamgirls is a great movie.
RK out of nowhere. No. And just leaves him there? Oh, so that's basically how we got to the beginning of a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just leave him with the duct tape on his mouth.
It's not like he can take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I don't really know what else to say at this point.
me neither, honestly.
This movie is depleting what we could say about it. I mean, this movie does not pull any punches with how dumb it is.
Steve Corrin and Brian Robbins mixed together.
Like, why? Like,
Oh,
who-
look, he takes it off.
who
Right there.
ever approved this? Like, why DreamWorks approve this shit?
Let me
Need
see.
to remind you, Ted, that this is the same company that gave us the Madagascar movies.
Well, compared to
Madagascar?
Shark Tale, is still better, I guess.
But Pedro, the Madagascar movies actually got better and were good.
I hated all of them, honestly. I don't find them funny. I don't find them.
Interesting premise, bad execution.
Honestly, with the many others
are
who
you
do, I actually
masturbating
like the
next
Madagascar films, but that's a talk for another day.
What are you do? What? Oh.
Now he's going to try communicating with the tree with his inner thought.
We know.
Jesus Christ. What?
Oh, goody.
Raymond is his father, who she occasionally mistakes him for. You see, that's what that subplot was building up to. Him coming to terms with how his father treated him.
What the hell?
Is that the same butterfly from Patch Adams?
The,
Huh.
yet another 90s trope.
This movie obviously was dated for the time it was released.
So this film would have been dated
It's kinda
horribly
like-
in 2009, let alone 2012.
Yeah, like
At least in 2009, some of the references that... Well, actually, a lot of the references that they made in 2009 would have made sense, as opposed to 2012.
and the sad part is that Hollywood didn't learn from this because later they tried the whole 90s shtick again with the Hard Life of Timothy Green.
Is that Disney film?
Yeah. Made by the guy who made the Gilbert Grape, no less.
So by saying a few words, he's able to convey his message to her. Even though I'm pretty sure he
You know
put a
what
lot
it
of
could have
thought
done?
behind.
You know what it could have done during that talk dirty scene?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You can talk. Fine. But couldn't you at least, I don't know, kiss her, do her? That would...
Well, that was the thing, Pedro. Apparently, she would only do it with him if he... Basically, the more he spoke,
Oh,
the more
right.
she would actually do it. Even though he probably could have wasted, a few words. And yeah, believe it or not, this character is one of the main plot points that actually allows him to solve his task or whatever. Yeah,
wait,
the
is this
coffee
a
guy.
So is the movie became a King's Quest game where you need to do obscure stuff that comes to pay in the end?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought you were talking about the music, Tio.
No, whatever. Raven.
So yeah, the problem is solved by him doing a combination of, doing actions and saying words. Gee, it's not like he's done that a good portion of the movie before.
What?
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know, dude. Sorry.
Well, if I can give this film anything, it's doesn't seem quite as painful as Bucky Larson.
Oh, of course, the cheesy music.
Have any
Are
of
you
seen,
fucking serious?
have any of you seen Bucky Larson?
Yes, Pedro, the film's going to do it. Believe it or not, he still has some more lessons to figure out in the last 15 or so minutes.
Why
So
can't
do-
we be in Sharknado now, where he was just on that dock and then the sharks start eating people?
So, Dwibs, how do you think they're going to react when the one final lesson is revealed?
Bewilderment, I suppose.
Yeah, that's
I warn
probably
you,
the best
Bibs, I almost finished the alcohol I have at my disposal.
Okay.
Well,
So yeah, that's something we could have done for this commentary. We each have 1,000 words each.
that would be a pain to handle, but yeah, maybe we could have done that.
Well, we
Although I
can't.
get the...
Two,
Oh, wow.
6, 8.
What Bip said.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Murphy in the film where he can't talk. That's stupid. Oh.
I'm sorry, Dwibs. It's happening still.
It's no wonder this fucker thing got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's just so boring.
So this is the ballistic of comedies. It's 90 minutes. It's boring.
It's
Yeah.
offensive sometimes.
Honestly, in some regards, I find this even worse than Ballistic Exorcist Ever. At least when Ballistic Exorcist Ever actually had the goal, we knew who to root for by the end. Here, we're apparently supposed to side with the tree that has been making this man's life a catastrophe. That's one thing that really enrages me about this film. It's just... Eddie Murphy's character does not deserve all the stuff happening to him. Yet we're supposed to believe he does.
Raymond?
Everybody loves Raymond.
Not really.
Raymond's the name of his father.
All right.
We're family. We're family.
Yep. There's the moral, kids. Live life like a family with your family.
But he was.
And
He
you needed a magical tree that lose its leaf and make your life go into the shitter.
Yeah. Yeah, so it turns out the big lesson was not to listen to people. It wasn't just to not be like his father. It wasn't just to speak to people and mean it. No, it was about being like a family. Ignoring the fact that he also had to interact with other people aside from his family, like his co-workers, his boss, clients, and whatnot.
Also, the music is still unfitting.
I'll give John Debney this. He's trying, but
It doesn't work. This score would have been fun in another movie, but in here it just falls flat.
that's what that could be something. Actually, I get the feeling.
Oh God, here it comes.
John
Let me
Debney
guess,
is full of
it's a
movie.
tease that makes you think he died, but instead he's not.
However, did you guess that, Tio?
It's not just that.
I finished my bottle, Dweebs. That's why.
And now it's time for a montage shot.
And now we're in lovely
You're
bones.
ripping off the Gladiator. Fuck you, movie.
That gave me more of a Lovely Bones vibe because of the afterlife thing.
But Pedro, this isn't Lovely Bones. If it were a Peter Jackson movie, it would have been 3 hours long.
True.
Could you imagine it? 3 hours worth of 1,000 words.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, this is how Vitri chooses to communicate with him as his younger self. Okay, so now you're saying that we should talk like there's no tomorrow, then. Keep your focus straight, movie.
Yeah, this does look like Lovely Bones.
Yep.
Oh God! And now we're about to see how he really solves the problem.
Do a suggestion. Go check out Adam's review of
Hold on, listen to this. He's gonna solve the problem.
Oh boy.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
No.
That's. Despite the fact that the message was completely different, this is how he solves the problem. Saying "I forgive you" to his father.
Like, does this movie even know what the fuck it's trying to be at this point?
No.
So what are you saying, Pedro? See Adam's what?
Adam's review of Lovely Bones, because he made one.
Ooh, was that the Your Movie Sucks guy?
Yeah.
I think I've seen it. Where he goes, "Hey, look, I'm Peter Jackson." Whoa.
Oh God, the movie.
No, what I love is hold on.
And
Also, a waterproof smartphone in 2012? Yeah, no. That's just not true.
unless it has some protective case on it.
But wait, won't he have like 1,000? Does that mean he dies and comes back to life every 1,000
No,
words?
no. Actually, here's the thing, Dwibs. The tree apparently has control over the weather. So basically, when the rain rained down on him, it apparently caused the tree to have life, because rain equals plant life. And now the tree is back, better than ever, as is Jack. And now the problem is solved. Yes. In case you didn't get that symbolism, audience, the movie outright tells you it was an old Eddie Murphy or old Jack McCall that died in his place, and now he's regrown.
Wait, the geeky guy's now a whatever he is.
Ew. Ew. Don't act like that was the giving tree. That giving tree only gave pain.
What the flying hell? They're actually gonna write a book about this shit?
Yep.
Is there any wonder why, ever since this, Brian Robbins and Steve Coren didn't get any directing/writing work since?
No.
No.
Family.
So yeah, basically he doesn't get his old job back. In fact, Aaron was promoted to his old position, but he does write a book about his experience called 1,000 Words and gets
Roll
Aaron
credits.
to make the deal.
Wait, David Tennant? What's the 10th Doctor doing here?
Did he get lost and end up in this movie?
What is
Oh god, god, here it comes. Okay, I'm going to explain this now. Apparently, Aaron got promoted to Jack's old position, and now because he's in Jack's old position, he now gets the tree for some reason. So yeah, apparently being in that position makes you a jerk for some reason.
Oh, and meanwhile he managed to rekindle his romance with his... Fuck me. Whatever.
I think this may be Tio's equivalent to Dwybs' Chappie.
Yeah, you're gonna love the inside. It's hauntingly delicious.
Honestly, I think even someone who doesn't like that movie would probably be begging for Haunted Mansion at this point.
A step in the right direction.
Yeah, never mind the fact that he had to give up his job, a lot of his dignity and respect and everything to actually live. No, this is just one thing. Screw you, movie.
Someone who desperately needed a paycheck.
Yep.
Nigga.
He's terrified of the tree. That's the only reason I can imagine him respecting it that much.
I wouldn't blame him for being terrified of the tree.
Mm-hmm. Aw, his son...
The only thing that's missing is a still frame image.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look!
Well, we get the butterfly bow.
You meant absolutely nothing to this film.
It's over.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
That's definitely one of our...
Is there no... I hope there are no stingers like Nicolas Fury trying to recruit the tree into the Avengers.
Jesus Christ.
I don't remember if there's a stinger. Let me check. 1,000... Oh.
Is there?
After the credits. Hold on. Media stinger, come on.
Oh, and of course the song is called out loud, of course.
Subtle.
Well, I might as well sing our final thoughts, I guess.
Okay. It's it says there is no stinger after the credits of 1,000 words.
So I can come off this video then.
Jesus Christ.
Thank fucking God.
Okay. I might want to save my final... Actually, who wants to go first?
Me?
Go ahead.
Sure, Ibs, you go first.
I don't have to say this in 1,000 words, do I?
No.
I'll keep it short and sweet. It sucks. The it's not funny. Eddie Murphy is completely wasted. It's also it tries too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably tries so hard to make us care that it just gets on your nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when it's trying to be funny, it tries too hard. But never mind. Those are my final thoughts. You go on, Dwibs.
And I just gotta say, if Steve Corrin is this bad on this film, I hate to see what he's like with Jack and Jill with Adam Sandler.
Oh, trust me, he's even worse.
Oh boy.
And yet, this is the film that finally got
Not to
him
mention,
kicked out of
not to mention, wasn't Adam Sandler himself a co-writer in that movie?
Yeah, he was.
There you go. Like it's this guy combined with Adam Sandler. Think
Oh
about
my
that.
god, no.
Except this was Steve Corrin actually working on his own, and this movie was actually rated lower than, I think is rated lower than Jack and Jill.
Yeah, remember,
Yeah,
1,000
0.
words got 0%.
Yeah, I forgot. How much did Jack and Jill get?
Maybe like 2, maybe.
Yeah. All I remember is that film got every single Razzie award the year it came out. Beating the likes of even Twilight, Breaking Dawn, Part 1.
No. In fact, I might as well take advantage of that. I'll watch any, and I mean any of the Twilight movies over this. Yes, even Breaking Dawn Part 1.
It got a 3%, Jack and Jill.
I mean, because even Breaking Dawn Part 1 at least had moments like the Renesmee thing, whereas this movie's just...
Lifeless.
And
Let's talk about
Life-sucking,
Twilight compared to Jack and Jill, but honestly, I agree.
who was that?
Honestly, I agree that the likes of this film and Jack and Jill are worse than the Twilight films, but I'll get into that later.
Who was that actor from who wanted to join the League who was in Twilight?
Michael Sheen?
Yeah, him. Yeah, wasn't he one of the better parts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's in so little of most of the films. Anyway, go on, Dibs.
I'm done. In fact, if we ever have to commentate on Jack and Jill, be warned, guys. I'm not.
You're not gonna be happy about it?
Well, I don't think anyone will be happy trying to do Jack and Jill.
No.
Look, do you think I was happy doing this film? Honestly, Eddie Murphy is one of my acting idols, one of my inspirations. It hurts me to see him wasted and directed so horribly in this film. I mean,
Do the GTA 5 wasted screen.
Yeah, I mean, okay, in a movie like Norbit, I can kind of blame Eddie Murphy a bit, but honestly, I don't think I can really blame him for what happened in this film. I mean, he did the best he could, I think.
Well, then again,
he
he worked with Brian Robbins twice before. Shouldn't that have been like a warning sign?
Well, to be fair, Dwibs, this was back in 2008. Times, I guess, were different for that directing and writing team. This was technically before Jack and Jill and Brian Robbins' other magnum opuses.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian Robbins, he's directed such classics as Good Burger and Ready to Rumble.
Honestly, Good Burger is an okay film. It's by no means god awful.
No, excuse me. It is god awful. No, no.
Yeah, but then again,
Good Burger honestly works better with its concept overall. I mean, yeah, I will admit it can get bad, but honestly, I can at least still have fun with that movie.
Wow, we know it's bad when someone would prefer Good Burger over something.
So yeah, is that it for your final thoughts, Dwibs?
Yeah, and in fact, that's given me a good idea for a future film commentary. Actually, Ready to Rumble.
Never heard of that film.
Basically, it's a comedy film starring WCW wrestlers.
Oh, that's all I need to know. Anywho, Tio, you go next.
This movie sucks. It sucked the life out of me. It sucked the joy out of me. I need to watch cat videos for 1 hour to recover from this.
It also sounds like it sucked out your sober. It also sounds like it sucked out your sobriety.
Whatever. I'm done.
Look, Tia, we had to rip this one a new one. I'm sorry, but it had to be done. Okay, Pedro, you next.
It's boring. It's like, yes, like Dweb said, this movie tries way too hard, but it does. This movie's trying way too hard to tell a heartfelt, family-friendly story, but it doesn't. But the problem is that the writer has no idea how to actually accomplish this. And I mean, the only good thing about this movie is the score, and it would have been a fine score in a better movie, but in here it's just the poor composer just trying hard to somehow save this thing, and
Poor John Debney, for this film anyway.
okay, and that's pretty much it. Like, it's boring. Go ahead.
I'm glad you could just find it boring, Pedro, because me, I find it insulting. I mean, okay, this movie tries to do something new with Eddie Murphy. Okay, he can't talk. Make a movie out of that. But the problem is that, well, okay, I'll just get to the root of things, no pun intended. That tree is where all the problems start with this movie. That tree is such a dick. Seriously, it breaks its own rules, makes it so that he can't even write or use sign language. How is he supposed to work with this? Why can't just stick with him not being able to talk? But no, that's not the only problem. The acting is decent, save for Clark Duke. I don't know what the heck he was doing. And Eddie Murphy, boy, he tries. I mean, he's pretty good when he can actually talk freely. But then, when it reels over, he just can't seem to work with it. I mean, there are some few scenes where it actually does work, but then they're pretty much blanketed by the awful scenes. The attempts at visual humor try way too hard, and a lot of the dialogue is just disgusting and annoying. And yeah, I can't stand how Jack is treated this badly. For what? Not wanting to buy a house that his wife insisted. I mean, really, that's the only really supposed example of him being out of touch with his family. Not to mention the fact that it goes deeper than that. The lesson is all over the place. There is no.
That was a lesson.
Yeah, apparently there was. The movie constantly brings up supposed lessons, but then it turns out that the one thing that he needed to do to solve his problem was forgive his father, even though the lesson was for him to act like a family man. It's like, what the heck, movie? What are you... this movie doesn't know what it's doing. The music is fine. But, yeah, this movie, it enrages me because they try too hard in wasting Eddie Murphy. That's pretty much what this movie is. Trying too hard and wasting Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
I guess that's it for us. Can we just
Wait,
end
Teo,
this?
what about your final thoughts?
I gave mine. Shut up, everyone.
He's a bit drunk, Pedro. I think he needs to,
Alright, everybody, see you for the next movie commentary.
So hopefully be for a much better movie.
See ya.
hopefully.
See ya.